Okay, y'all, it's Seema coming back to you with uh, a little thing on the topic of love. Um, as you can tell, my voice is not the best. If you've watched any of my other videos, you would know that I'm really sick, okay? Like, I'm sick, like, I'm dying, like, I have bronchitis, I think. Okay, I need to, like, make myself some tea because, what? I'm dying. I'm dying. That was not even like forced. So, I guess what I've learned from the relationships that I've been in is that you can't control any person, you can't control any situation. The only thing that you can control is how you react to things that are happening around you, and how you see things. You can control how you see things. I've had so many like shifts in perspective over the past few weeks. I mean, this entire summer has been really transformational for me, and I've had to deal with like the worst heartbreak ever, like in my life, multiple times too. Multiple times. It's like I would be broken, and then there'd be like a period of healing, and then it would just like repeat, and I would break, and I'd have to like try to heal myself again. And I've just realized throughout the whole thing that you can't control another person, you can't control another situation, you can't control their situation. You don't know like what's going on in anyone's head, like as well as you think you may know them. Don't trust, I guess. Trusting is not the right word. You should trust. You should always trust. You should always trust and have faith, but you should never expect anything, ever. When you lower your expectations, you can't get hurt. And what I mean by that is expectations and standards are different. You should have standards for yourself as a person, and you should care about yourself enough to know what you want and to go after it, and to stay away from the things that upset you. But you shouldn't expect anything from anyone. No one owes you anything. No one. They're living that life for themselves. I can't take myself seriously with this voice, but people are selfish is what I've learned, and it's not a bad thing. You should be selfish. It goes hand in hand with self-love. It's not necessarily the same thing, but being the right kind of selfish for yourself is necessary. If a relationship is bad for you, you distance yourself from it or from that person. It's not, it could be considered selfish, but then again, it's all based on perspective, right? Everything is subjective. So always stay true to yourself, because you are born alone and you will die alone. And no one is gonna be there for you. You have to be there for you. You come into this world helpless, and your family ideally should be what you keep close to your heart. Boyfriends, girlfriends, exes, friends. They don't owe you anything. So I've really had to make peace with that, I guess. And then another thing about love is that it's beautiful, and you can tell when it's there. And the easiest thing for people to do as human beings is to love, I feel, in my opinion. And it should be natural. It should be given naturally. Personally, like, I can see how I'm a control freak in terms of relationships with other people. Like, I, uh, I, 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 like to have security which isn't a bad thing. It's just that if someone can't offer me that, you know, I have to realize that, and I have to make peace with that and not fight it, really, and just let things kind of fall into place. Because if the love is real, it's never really going to go away. And if it's real, it will follow you and it will find you. And I can swear by that. I believe in the timing of things, and I believe that, you know, there is a reason for everything that happens. And I have no choice to believe this, because if I were to sit here and believe the opposite, which was that, you know, things are random and painful things happen randomly all the time for no reason, I would lose every single ounce of faith that I have. And once I lose that faith, there is nothing keeping me afloat and paddling. And I have to keep paddling because that's the only way I'm going to get somewhere. So faith isn't, it should be considered, you know, foolish. It really should be considered foolish. Because ultimately it's the means to an end, you know? But you can't think like that. You can't think, oh, I'm having faith just for such and such, or so and so to happen in my life. You have to act like you have it. You have to, that goes way back to like the law of attraction and all that stuff, and I'm going to touch on that in another video. But in terms of love and vitality and abundance and good vibes and health, you know, you have to say thank you for everything you have. You always have to be grateful for everything you have, and you have to really believe from your heart that you are going to be okay. You have to have a certain amount of love and faith in the workings of this world and in the universe and in the driving force that keeps life afloat. You have to really believe that everything is going to happen in due time, and you will have your time. And staying positive is what's going to keep you rich. It's the secret to staying rich in every single way. In terms of monetary wealth, in terms of physical vitality, in terms of love, in terms of happiness, relationships, anything. You have to carry a certain amount of love in your heart for yourself, and you have to spread that, and you have to have faith in that things are going to work out in your favor, and you have to stop wanting things. You have to stop wanting things. There is a difference between blindly wanting something and living it. You're at your workplace and you want to raise. You don't sit there and keep wishing for a raise. Nothing is going to happen if you just sit there and wish for a raise. You have to act like you got the raise. You have to work harder. You have to show up earlier, dress a little more professionally, make a little more of an effort with your boss, talk to your colleagues. You have to be the raise. That sounds ridiculous, and I don't know if my message is getting across, but I've tried my hardest to emulate my message. I hope that what I'm saying has been received by whoever's watching this, because there are a lot of things in this life that we can't control, and if we just sit here letting life sway us, we're really not going to be happy people. So what we have to do is believe and be grateful and spread love. 3 things. It's really not that hard. So just don't be scared. Back to what I was saying about love. If you have it, if you truly have love inside of you, and if you truly are filled with gratitude and good intentions and faith in yourself first, most importantly yourself, and in this life, you can't ever be shaken, and that love can't ever be depleted. No matter who comes into your life and breaks you, or what breaks you, you can only be depleted of love if you aren't full of it already. So you have to be full of it, and that's the key. There are many more keys, including not being influenced by this whole capitalistic, consumeristic economy and environment that we have been subjected to over the course of thousands of years as a result of humanity taking on a new form in this generation and the generations to come. A life of sin and narcissism and capitalism and greed. That was really long, but honestly, if we just go back to our roots, and if we just remember that we are here to give love and to help and to heal. I mean, we're human beings. We're the most advanced species on this planet. Holy crap. No. There's so many people that are in a state of depression. And it's really sad because they don't realize that you don't have to be sad in this life, I mean, this life is yours. You only get one of it. And we are here, born in this time period for a reason.